Hello mathematicians, hope in this video and getting a little bit of practice you can say I can add and subtract polynomials. In this video we're going to look at three different examples, the first of which is going to be just more of a traditional, just combining like terms, and then the second two are going to be adding and subtracting polynomials. And just a quick definition, like terms have the same variables raised to the same power, so they can have more than one variable. So if the variables are the same and they're raised to the same powers, then and those two terms are like terms and we can combine them. And a polynomial is an expression of more than two algebraic terms that is a sum or difference of several terms that contain different powers of the same variable. Let's get into our examples now. So we're given 7a minus 8b plus 13c plus 5a plus b minus 2. So now we're going to go ahead and combine some like terms, and I color coded these for us. So we have 7a over here and we have 5a over here. They both have a variable of a. Both of these terms have a variable of a, and they are both to the first power. There's nothing there, but that we just assume that it's 1 right there, okay? So 7a plus 5a. So now we just add the coefficients. So 7 plus 5, that gives us 12. So we have 12a. So when we combine these terms together, we get 12a. And it's important to pay attention to the signs in front of them. So this, because this was a plus 5a, and we add it, okay? And now we look over here, well, we have negative 8b. And again, it's important to pay attention to the sign in front. So this is negative 8b, and we have plus b over here. And there's no coefficient, so we just assume it's a 1 right there. Typically, we do not write the 1 just because it is unnecessary, and we like to be as straightforward as possible with math. So we have negative 8b plus b, so plus 1b, so negative 8 plus 1. That is negative 7b, so I'm going to write minus 7b right here. Now we look over here, well, we have plus 13c, and there's no other c's in this expression over here, so we cannot combine this with anything. So we write plus 13c, that just comes straight down. And same with the minus 2 here, that also just comes straight down because there's no other constants. It's just a constant here. So minus 2. And now once we get to this step, we cannot combine any more like terms. We have 12a minus 7b plus 13c minus 2. So this will be our final answer right here. Let's look at another example here. So now we're given, we're adding two polynomials together. So we're adding 2a cubed plus 7a squared minus a plus 4a squared plus 9a minus 12. So now we're just going to go ahead and let's combine our like terms. So there is no other, so they all have a variable of a, however they all have different exponents. So 2a cubed, there's no other a to the power of 3 or a cubes in here. So we would just keep 2a cubed as is. So we get 2a cubed. We cannot combine that with any other terms. Now we look over here, well, we have plus 7a squared, and we have plus 4a squared over here. And because we're adding, the symbol in front of this polynomial is adding, so we're going to add 7a squared plus 4a squared, and we get plus 11a squared. Now we've got negative a right here, or minus a, so we treat that as a negative, so it's kind of like there's a negative 1 right there, but again, we're not going to write our 1s in front of our variables. So we have negative a plus 9a. And what's negative 1 plus 9? Well, it's positive 8. So we write plus 8a right there. And we only have one constant in both of these polynomials, that is 12. So we would just bring down this, or minus 12 that is. So we'd bring down this minus 12. And this right here would be our final answer. So we get 2a cubed plus 11a squared plus 8a minus 12. Let's look at one more example. This one's going to be a little bit more complex. So we're given the polynomial 3x cubed y squared plus 2xy plus 3x minus the polynomial x cubed y squared minus 4xy plus 14. And you'll see that this polynomial, this has two variables in it. All right, so and that is possible. We can do that. And you'll also notice that we are subtracting these polynomials. And what I'm going to suggest when you do this is that this is like we are distributing a negative 1 into all of these terms on the inside of the parentheses. So we're using our distributive property to distribute a negative 1. So I would rewrite this as so. And the left side of this would not change at all. So we're distributing this negative in right here. So you go minus x cubed y squared. And we go negative 1 times negative 4xy. So we get a positive 4xy, so we'd say plus 4xy. And we go negative 1 times positive 14, well, it's negative 14, so we go minus 14. So now we just need to combine like terms. After we've applied the distributive property, we can just combine like terms. So we have 3x cubed y squared over here. Well, what can we combine with that? We've got negative x cubed y squared. These both have an x cubed and a y squared, so we can combine these because they are like terms. Well, we go 3 minus, it's again, this is like there's a 1 right there, but we just don't write it. So with 3 minus 1, that would give us 2x cubed y squared. We have plus 2xy over here. And we have plus 4xy over here. So these are like terms. They both have an x and a y, both to the power of 1. So 2 plus 4, that gives us 6. So we have plus 6xy. And plus 3x, there's no other terms with just an x, so that just comes down as is, so plus 3x. And let's bring down this minus 14. So this would be our final answer. So our final answer would be 2x cubed y squared plus 6xy plus 3x minus 14. So that is it for video. After watching this and getting a little bit of practice, you can say, I can add and subtract polynomials.